If you've ever went camping, you've probably had problems with mosquitoes. So I've ended up coming on to this stuff called Thermacell after trying all the off candles, off spray, repel spray. I'm still getting bit, so try the Thermacell. It is pretty effective, not 100% unfortunately, but better than just being out there just getting exposed. After a while, you find the Thermacell brand gets really pricey. Sometimes I'm running 2 of these units at a time. You end up going through the pads and the gas. Pretty much what I want to show here is how to save quite a bit of money by, well, refilling your own Thermacell gas and then buying alternative maps, which there's quite a bit of them available out there between Amazon and AliExpress. To do this, you do have to do a little bit of a hack because normally you just can't fill up these things. They have a little check valve down inside of them, which you need to extract. No big deal. This is pretty easy to do. Just need a pair of vice grips and a screw. And so you pretty much just size it up to the end here. You don't want to crush the end, but you do want to get a hold of it pretty good. So you get the whole end there, and then pretty much just use a little bit of strength. Does take a little bit to come out, but rocking it back and forth, you pull the valve right out. So now that we have the valve, you can see down inside of there. All right, and then you'll need the screw. All right, got a different screw here. That one was failing me. Don't know what happened to the one I used originally, but it's gone now. I got it in there, basically. Oh, there we go. And it pulled right out, and now that check valve's on the end. For the valve, I found the easiest way to put it back in. Before I was trying to pound it in other kind of different ways with a hammer, pushing it in. Found a much easier way. Just put it flat on a table just like that, and then just kind of take your hand and just caveman it a few times, and look at that, perfectly seated. Then for later, to be able to check, you can put a mark on these if you want to. I don't bother because I can always see a little bit of a nick that I put into it with the vice grips in, so I know they're refillable then. With this particular gas here, and a lot of them do, they come with a bunch of adapters on the cap. I just happened to buy a case of this stuff. more than enough that I should need, I think. So you're going to want to find an adapter that fits into that hole. I found that this one fits perfectly into it. Nice snug fit. However, it has another little safety in it to try to keep you from doing this. It's going to bottom out pretty much and not be able to inject. You got to push the check valve down. So what you do to modify this is you just take an ordinary kitchen knife and you're going to put a groove into the end of it. And usually fill up down just under there. It doesn't really matter. I filled them up to the top too and went up to 7,000 feet. Nothing bad happened. And pretty much, yep, we just refill it. And there you can see the level going up there. Every once in a while you do have to stop and time to let out a little bit of the air. And put some more in. All right, that's one refilled, and then you just use your ear. And no, it's doing good, no leakage. So that's one. Now I only got 9 more to go. Let's see how many this one can fill up. Nice, so 1 can of this equals 10 of the Thermacell fuel tanks. And keep in mind, these are filled a lot more than the normal Thermacell. Thermacell stops with the fill line about there, so there's at least 20% more in these. So much cheaper. You can pick these up really cheap from Amazon if you buy the case. I mean, it's only like, I think it was like 26 bucks or something like that. Versus to get that much fuel from Thermacell, I mean, you're talking $40, $50. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. So much cheaper on this. Just to show you guys this all works just the same. I've tested this out before, of course. So we're gonna go ahead and put that up in there. And we're just gonna do the usual start procedure. We turn it on for a second usually. There we go, until you can start hearing the hissing. And then you hit the igniter until you see the little orange in there. Nice. And yep, there she is. There's the orange glow. So it's all lit up. So that all works like normal. The pads are the other end of the problem. You can try to order the ones that are just for the electric, but they got them priced in accordance to where it's not really reasonable still. So yeah, I picked up these off Amazon. These electric mosquito mats. Same thing. They're just heated mats, and they got, I would assume, the same chemicals on them. You open it up and you get a big old wrap like this with Chinese writing on it. You can go to AliExpress if you've got the time to wait. You can order the same thing. I got some coming like 120. Hopefully they come in time for my next trip. Not sure, but I think I got 120 under $6 or something. But these are a little bit different size. So same thing. It's a little blue mat. A lot of them are a lot tinier. You can actually end up putting a couple of these into the unit at a time, and it is still cheaper than ordering from Thermacell. But yeah, same concept. You slide them in like so, and then you'd slide a second one in right next to it. Just like that, and voila. Now you have a much cheaper alternative to the Thermacell pads. It helps to keep one of the Thermacell pads around and to kind of just push these out after they're spent. These ones claim they'll last up to 6 hours. They're not wrong. They do look slightly thicker than the Thermacells, but same principle. You can find all of these items down in the description below. If you purchase any of these items, it helps me out a little bit. I make a tiny bit of commission off of it, and that helps keep the channel going. And have a great day, and enjoy the saving a fortune on Thermacell, of course. I don't know. And don't eat poo. Yeah, I got nothing. Take it easy.